Hey guys, welcome back. Week 1 is over and we went 12-5 with the results below. So let's go ahead and see if we can improve on next week's prediction. I will be doing this every week, so hit that subscribe button and follow along to see how I do. Kicking us off on Thursday, we have a divisional matchup with the Buffalo Bills taking on the Miami Dolphins. Both teams actually struggled early on both sides of the ball and trailed by 14 points at one point in the game. Now, the Bills' offense is very dependent on Allen, and that showed against the Cardinals. He's going to need some help from somewhere if they're going to win this game. The Dolphins' main issue was converting all their yards into points. I think with more discipline, they would have won the game against the Jags by much more. The Bills do come into this game 4-1 in their last 5 matchups with the Dolphins. But with that being said, I think the Dolphins will be too good. I have the Dolphins winning this one 30-24. That takes us to Sunday night games, where we have the San Francisco 49ers taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Both teams look great in their openers, winning by a comfortable margin. However, this is a big step up in competition for the Vikings, and I expect the 49ers defense to suffocate Sam Darnold and force him into turnovers. I think the 49ers are too good of a team to lose this one, and it would take a few Minnesota miracles to take this game away. Give me the 49ers to win this one comfortably, 34-14. Next up, we've got the Seattle Seahawks taking on the New England Patriots. I actually think this will be an interesting matchup due to the fact that the Seahawks O-line is non-existent. They have the worst offensive line in the league after that performance in Week 1. If the Patriots can apply pressure early to Smith and force him into bad turnovers, the Pats may be able to win this game. With all that said, I think the weapons the Seahawks have on the offense will be too much for them, and if they can take away the Pats' run game, this should be an easy win. So I have the Seahawks winning this one, 20-13. That takes us to the New York Giants at the Washington Commanders. The Giants look to be in mid-season form already with Danny Dimes struggling. I didn't have any positive takeaways from their game. The Commanders' offense looked promising with Jaden Daniels looking like a young Lamar Jackson. If their defense can clean up their coverage issues, I can't see how the Giants will win this one. I expect Jaden Daniels to run holes around New York's defense, opening up the pass game for them. Give me the Commanders winning at home, 27-17. Next up, we've got the Chargers taking on the Panthers. After what I saw in Week 1 from the Panthers, I don't know how they win a game this year. With the Chargers' defensive line, I expect them to give the Panthers' O-line even more trouble than the Saints did. Do I think the Panthers will bounce back from their Week 1 performance? Yes, but only to the point that they lose by 15 instead of 37. Give me the Chargers 24-9. Next up, the New Orleans Saints at the Dallas Cowboys. As a Saints fan, this will be the game that really shows whether or not we can compete with the best. The Cowboys' defense is one of the best in the league, and they showed that on Sunday night. It will be interesting to see how the Saints' offense goes against them and if they can emulate anything from Week 1. It'll also be a good test for the Saints' defense early on in the season, going against one of the better offenses in the league. Dallas went 8-0 at home last year, and it's incredibly hard to pick against them. I try my best not to be biased, so give me the Cowboys to win, 23-20, but the Saints come out and prove that they are a contender this year. Next up, we've got the Colts taking on the Packers. With Jordan Love out with an injury, they now have Malik Willis starting. I really struggle to see how the Packers put points on the board this game unless Jacobs can open up the passing game. But realistically, I think the Packers defense will tire out and the Colts offense will have their way. If Anthony Richardson can string together more passing plays, they'll be a tough team to beat. Give me the Colts winning this one, 27-16. Next up, we've got the Cleveland Browns at the Jacksonville Jaguars. The Browns come into this game after a terrible Week 1 performance at home. I expect their offense to be much better this game as the Jags just don't have as much firepower on defense as the Cowboys do. The key to this game for the Browns will be their O-line giving Watson more time in the pocket as Watson seems to make bad decisions under pressure. The Jags come into this game blowing a 14-point lead. The offense will need to step up against the Browns' defense if they want to win. With all that said, give me the Browns to bounce back and win 23-17. That brings us to the New York Jets taking on the Tennessee Titans. Although the Jets' offense struggled on Monday, it was against the best defense in the league, which the Titans are far from. However, they did manage to hold the Bears' offense to only 2 points, but I highly doubt they'll be able to do that to Aaron Rodgers. I think the Jets' defense will step up next week and prove why they are one of the better defenses in the league and force Levis into multiple turnovers. So give me the Jets to bounce back, winning 28-16. Next up, we've got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Detroit Lions. This has to be one of the better matchups heading into Week 2. The Bucs will need Baker to reproduce the same level of play as he did against the Commanders if they want to win this game. This Lions defense is much better than what they faced on Sunday. The Lions will look to make this 2 in a row at home and will use all their weapons to take this one out. I don't think the Bucs defense will be able to keep up with the Lions in this one, and that will be the difference maker. I expect a high scoring game here, but give me the Lions to win this one at home, 36-24. Next up, we've got the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Baltimore Ravens. I think this will be one of the easier matchups in week 2. I do expect the Raiders' defensive line to give the Ravens some trouble with how terrible their O-line looked against the Chiefs. But the Ravens just outclass the Raiders in almost every area. I expect Henry and Lamar to put up massive rushing yards this game. I just don't think the Raiders have what it takes to hang with the Ravens. Give me the Ravens to win this one, 27-13. Next up, we've got the LA Rams taking on the Arizona Cardinals. This matchup is looking to be a high-scoring affair. The Cardinals' defense struggled last game, so I can see the Rams' offense piling on the points. The Rams did lose Puka to an injury, so Kupp will have to take on that extra load. The Cardinals really need Marvin Harrison Jr. to turn up, or the Rams will have their way with them. I expect Murray to utilize the run game more to open up the pass game, so give me the Cardinals actually taking this one and winning at home 30-27. Next up, we've got the Cincinnati Bengals taking on the Kansas City Chiefs in what should be the game of the week, but with how the Bengals performed last week, I doubt that now. The Bengals offense struggled to get anything going, and now head to the Chiefs, who have a better defense than the Pats. Burrow is really going to have to find his groove if the Bengals want any chance in this one. Burrow is 3-1 against Mahomes, but with last week's performance, give me the Chiefs to win this one, 28-20. They're just a better team all around, and it's just hard to trust the Bengals early on in the season. That takes us to the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Denver Broncos. The Broncos really struggled to string their offense together against the Seahawks defense, so I can't see how they're going to get much going against the Steelers defense, which ranks among the top 5, which held Kirk Cousins to 10 points on Sunday. If the Steelers offense can do what they did last week, I see no reason why the defense won't go out and win this game for them too. Give me the Steelers to win this one, 24-10. And for the last game on Sunday, we've got the Chicago Bears taking on the Houston Texans. Caleb Williams looked terrible in the opener as I predicted last week, and will need to step it up big if the Bears have any chance at winning this game. I doubt the Bears defense will be able to carry them to this win. If the Texans can stop giving up single massive plays, they will be able to run away with this one. Give me the Texans to win this, 28-17. And to round out the week, we've got the Falcons taking on the Eagles. Kirk Cousins struggled to get anything going against the Steelers defense. I expect improvement against the Eagles as they don't have the same level of talent on defense. I expect the Eagles to use their run game a lot in this one, draining a lot of the time and forcing the Falcons into hero ball. The Eagles offense will just be too much for the Falcons, so give me the Eagles at home winning 26-17. Anyway, let me know what you think about my picks below. We went 12-5 last week. Hopefully we can improve on that in week 2, but until next time, bye.